Well, it's LA again. We know uh, they're a very good team that have really good offensive players all over the floor. So they are a very difficult matchup for everybody to guard. I didn't think we did great guarding them, especially early in the game. Uh, and I think we were a little bit fortunate they missed some shots they normally make last time. So hopefully our defense will be a little more locked in today.
Coach, this is a little bit of a deeper question just because we're so far into the season,
Woo.
but I know it's all right, no worries. But let me ask you this: when did you realize that this team was a contending team? Like, was there a point in the season where you were like, okay, we can compete for a championship?
Well, I think I had the mindset that we would be in that position from day one. That we had enough great players on our team that if everybody could stay healthy, we'd have a really good chance to compete with anybody in this league. And I still think that. Um, and I think the players probably have more of a belief in it now than maybe at the beginning of the season. But in truth, there's a lot of teams this year. There's a lot of teams with enough players who can get it done this year. So it's going to be who's playing the best at the right time.
Coach, you've already clinched the playoff spot. You're going into guarantee your first WNBA playoff game. How are you mentally preparing yourself for the playoffs?
Well, at first we're preparing for this game, but then uh, you're always thinking about what are the things that before the playoffs start, we want to really make sure that we spend time on these 4 or 5 things and make sure that it's real crisp. What are the special situations that we haven't spent enough time on? Uh, and make sure that we cover it so everybody's comfortable when situations, whether it be the specific situation or a similar situation, occur in the game. So those are the main things. Like, I don't think anybody right now can plan on what the matchups will be. Like, it's just too up in the air. So it's more about taking care of yourself. How can you be best prepared? What haven't you thought of? And try to think of it and do it before playoffs start.
Yes, sir. And after watching the film from last game, what are some things that you saw that you can take advantage of tonight?
Well, I mean, we want to keep pushing it. We want to push the pace. That's who we want to be every game. We want to get out and run. We want to get deep post catches for Bree and BG. Uh, we want JC really pushing the tempo and Powell when she's playing point guard. Uh, I think we did a pretty good job offensively getting good shots. At times we got a little bit sloppy with the ball. Those are things that possession here, possession there doesn't seem like a lot until the game's a 2 point game in the last minute and you wish you had those back. So just being really locked in to trying to get the most out of every possession.
Coach, speaking about watching film, I went back and watched the game again myself, and there was one sequence I kept going back to. It
Okay.
was the third quarter, 3:06 left. The Sparks had the ball. Rakia brought it up. She was trying to get the switch over to Jordan. Sarah Ashley Barker set a quick screen. Nas switched real quick, hop back out. And then Sarah tried to set two more screens to get Rakia that matchup. Nas fought right through them, and then ended up being a shot clock violation. Very long question, but how can you speak about just the communication that, as far as the team has improved on throughout the year defensively? I remember practice, you said, do you think I'm more mad about the rebound or lack of communication? So how's the team improved in that facet of the game?
I think it's something we emphasize daily, and I think it's still something that can get better. But that particular play you're referring to is they set some inverted screens, some guards for post players trying to get matchups they want and downhill into space, and they probably ran that play 4 or 5 times in the game. Uh, so it's something we need to be prepared for today. It's something that they obviously uh, liked what it was getting for them. Uh, but a lot of it just the sets other teams are going to run. A lot of times it's how well can you communicate and execute whatever your game plan is against it. And that's still a work in progress. But there's times when we're assertive, we communicate with each other, and that goes a long way to preventing the other team from getting good shots.
And a much shorter one here for you. Maya came in, played a lot of minutes last game, Powell to the bench. Is there any kind of carryover from that from the previous game that we might see Maya in starting lineup over Powell?
No, but I do think I'd love to see some carryover in terms of how Maya played. She was outstanding. I mean, she was rebounding, she hit open shots, she attacked the basket, finished well at the rim. She was a big lift for us as she's been many times this year. So hopefully that is a carryover.
Coach, at this point, injuries have forced you to put together every starting combination like possible. You touched on this a little bit last game, but can you elaborate on what about your system allows you guys to kind of patch up and keep moving without significant drop off, like no matter who's in the lineup?
Well, I mean, sometimes you don't have a lot to say who's going to be available. So you have to make sure that uh, you understand that we're playing team basketball. We're sharing the ball, we're moving, we're creating good shots every time down the floor. Uh, the more great offensive players you have on the floor, the easier it is to create good shots, obviously. But uh, even if you're missing somebody, if you work together and execute the offense, you should still be able to get good shots. And now it's just a matter of being able to knock those down at an efficient rate.
We're going to jump to Wilton on Zoom. Wilton, go ahead.
Coach, my question is this. De'Erica Hemi has a knack for getting behind defenses, not just with the Dream in the last game, but opposing teams in general. What's something that you plan to do to kind of prevent some of that?
Well, I mean, it's not easy. Uh, she sets a lot of ball screens and she has great exit velocity, and the people coming off the ball screen are dangerous. So if you stay and don't let Hamby get behind you, there's a good chance that the guard may get downhill and get a layup. So obviously she's really good. You hope that your point of attack defense, how you're guarding the ball, can help defeat the ball screen quicker so that you don't need to help as long. I mean, I think that's probably your best bet with that. Or there's some coverage options that can make it a little more difficult as well. But she's a really good player, and that's something that she really excels at. She gets a few layups every game just by how hard she cuts after she screens.
Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you.